Okay, this is a really good question. If a mermaid abduct you, kidnap you, take you, or whatever you want to call it, they're going to take you to their underwater world. So if they take you underwater, of course they're going to give you the ability to breathe underwater. If a mermaid abduct you, it's most likely going to be for a reason, whether it's to enslave you, impregnate you, marry you, or just to do whatever they want to do to you. The list may go on. So with that being said, if they have you down there with them, they're going to give you the ability to survive underwater. Some say that if a mermaid kisses you, it gives you the power to breathe underwater. Or maybe if they just touch you. But whatever they do, if they're taking you down there with them, they're going to give you the ability to be able to breathe underwater, to survive and do what they tell you to do.
What's a conspiracy theory that you 1000% believe in?
Let's talk about all the strange coincidences that surrounds Tupac's murder and the things that just do not add up. We are told to believe deceased Southside Crip member Orlando Anderson shot and killed Tupac Shakur, but what if it was all a fabricated story? During my time in Las Vegas, I was able to snap a few pictures of the very car we're told to believe Tupac was shot in. Upon examining both pictures, I noticed one major strange coincidence. The car in the showroom had no key in its ignition. But neither did the picture we see of Tupac before his alleged murder. Was the picture staged to make us believe the events that followed actually happened, or is what I am about to explain to you all one major coincidence? Follow for part 2, where I will be exposing the truth and breaking down step by step the world's greatest hoax.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see just how evil NASA is. First, we're going to look at Earth's orbital speed around the sun. How fast does Earth move around the sun? 66,600 miles per hour, speed of the globe's orbit. Next, curvature in 1 mile squared. According to Pythagorean theorem, 0.67 feet of drop. 8 inches converted to feet is 0.66667 feet. Curvature in 1 mile squared. Check. Earth's axial tilt, 23.4. But when you take 23.4 and subtract it from 90, a right angle, you get, believe it or not, 66.6. Again.
What is the biggest secret in the universe?
Every human life on Earth is a TV show. The rest of the universe is watching all of y'all. All of you guys are our entertainment. Earth is actually a reality TV show.
So you're saying is that we're not real, we're like a simulation, or we are real, but you guys are observing us like as for your entertainment?
Well, the human life was made to be observed. The very minute that you're born and all the way up to when you die, that's being observed by the universe. Your whole planet has been created for the sole purpose of entertaining the rest of the universe. And that's the greatest secret of the universe right there, is that you're nothing more than a TV show to us.
So everything we do, all of our experience, everything is just a show, a TV show for the rest of the universe. So we have no purpose? Is that what you're saying?
Well, your purpose is to entertain the rest of the universe. That's pretty much it right there.
Bro, how do y'all fuck with a female that calls herself a stallion? The definition of a stallion is a male horse, an uncastrated male horse. Uncastrated means to remove your balls from either a male animal or a dude. There is no goddamn female on this planet in their right mind who's going to call themselves a male horse. Not only are they telling you that that bitch is a dude, they telling you this is a dude, bro, and she got her nuts removed, bro. That's what uncastrated means, bro. To get your meat removed, bro. Fuck y'all stupid motherfuckers sitting up here worshiping a drag queen.
Alright, this is what I'm talking about. Another group of Atlantean people that actually stayed on the surface. And they actually are related to no other than, I can't see where it's going to say Jacob Rothschild, but that's him. That's Jacob Rothschild. If you've never seen Jacob Rothschild, that's him. As the actual Jacob Rothschild family, you know, the entire family of the Rothschilds, they have skulls like this. Their skulls are like this. It's an Atlantean skull. That's the way their genetics are. You know, if I can go over here and then see where it says Jacob Rothschild, and it barely shows Rothschild, but you get the point. Now, they all have skulls exactly like this, you know, if I can get it there. It's still working with inverted, like this. You know, as you can see here, and with this here. And then also with this here. Still working with it, so give me some time. Also with these guys here. Yeah, more closely of what I'm talking about. You see what I'm talking about? Is the skull forms are very uniquely...
Nevertheless, Bernie Mac was introduced to the clone lab. They take you there. They took him there. They let him see the fights. At first, he thought it was cool, you know. It was like eyes wide shut. They screwing in front of you. They doing bizarre things, man. Bestiality. You going, damn, right? But the part that tripped him out, how they showed him. They literally showed him how they clone people. They take the real person and put them off to the left and make two more of you. It blew his mind. Just like they did the dogs, the fish, all of that. He's like, wait, I'm tripping. That ain't a real person. Then they start, you know, they stab the person to make you see they bleed. They're real. And they can feel that pain. You understand? So his mind is blown. Now, he done been a couple of times, and the only time they would be willing to put you in shackles so you don't talk, if he's not bringing revenue.
Richard King reveals that the core of the human brain is the locus coeruleus, which is a structure that is black because it contains large amounts of neuromelanin, which is essential for its operation. 2, black infants sit, crawl, and walk sooner than whites. 3, Carol Barnes notes that human mental processes are controlled by melanin, that same chemical which gives blacks their superior physical and mental abilities. 4, some scientists have revealed that most whites are unable to produce melanin because their pineal glands are often calcified or non-functioning. Pineal calcification rates with Africans are 5 to 15%, Asians 15 to 25%, and Europeans 60 to 80%. This is the chemical basis for the cultural differences between blacks and whites. And 5, melanin endows blacks with greater mental, physical, and spiritual abilities. Something.
So where are you right now? You think you're in a globe spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. That globe is spinning around the sun at 60,000 plus miles an hour. That solar system is flying sideways through the galaxy at 500,000 miles an hour, and that galaxy is going through the rest of the universe at millions of miles an hour, and you feel nothing. In reality, you are actually in a giant planetarium slash terrarium slash soundstage slash Hollywood backlot that is so big that you and everyone you know and everyone you've ever known never figured it out.
Straight to the boy! Everything we eat from Coca-Cola to Nestle tea has aborted babies in it. That's right, all of these companies have a common ingredient, which is Cenomix. If you look it up, Cenomix is a flavor enhancer made from aborted fetal cells. They have collaborated with 7 of the world's biggest food companies. They say it helps keep the flavor with less sugar. These ingredients have never been reviewed by the U.S. and Food Drug Administration. They found a loop around the law of 57 years, and they found out a way to feed us our own people. The Bible was right when it said we would eat ourselves from pure ignorancy. Please do your own research.
He starts the ritual by pointing upwards toward his god, immediately followed by all-seeing eye and dual 6 hand signs. And every hand motion from that point on equals to 6 to finally form 666.
Alright, so I'm sure people are familiar with the birth certificate, but I'm pretty sure people aren't familiar with this top cover page right here. This top cover page is from a federally authenticated birth certificate. The reason why I'm showing this is because I'd like to talk about the full faith and credit, which you can see right above my head, which is notified by the little asterisk right here. You see, full faith and credit is referenced in Article 4, Section 1 of the U.S. Constitution. Boom, right here. It's also referenced in Barron's Dictionary of Banking Terms 7th edition as a commitment by a state, local, or national government to pledge its taxing authority in payment of principal and interest on outstanding debt securities. It is also referenced in Barron's Dictionary of Accounting Terms as the backing of a debt of a governmental entity with all the resources of the entity, including its taxing and borrowing power, and bonds backed by the full faith and credit of the issuer are called general obligation bonds, which is defined as a security whose payment is unconditionally promised by a governmental unit. And general obligation bonds are backed by the full faith and credit and taxing power of the issuing government, whether it is U.S. or municipality. So I know it sounds like I said a whole lot of absolute fucking nothing but right off definitions, but there's something to explain and there's something to look into with this. So a couple things to comprehend. Number one, the Constitution of the United States is a banking/trust document. It is not just a contract, but rather a trust contract, where we, the people, are the beneficiaries to that contract, which is why you will find banking verbiage and accounting terms and financing terms within that contract. You see, the full faith and credit clause right below me, referenced from Black's Law Dictionary 6th edition, states that various states must recognize legislative acts, public records, and judicial decisions of the other states within the United States, which is why you see it right here. You see, the hospital birth worksheet is completely different than the birth certificate. Reason being is because this is how your strawman was created, as a corporate version of yourself. Or better terminology to use would be a transmitting utility, something to interface in the commercial world. And the birth certificate is acknowledgement of corporate bankrupt existence, pretty much civilly dead, or rather dead, because to be in debt is to be dead, in legal terms. Which is why people need to start comprehending that these birth certificates are pledges to you because you are the principal. Because you are the person who was named on the hospital worksheet, which then became the birth certificate. Which means you are the person who they are.
People are walking away from their second dose appointments because they're not getting the vaccine they want.
Ooh, or it's because I have Tourette syndrome. And when I go to the Walmart or something and people ask if I'm okay, I say, yeah, second COVID shot, am I right?
Sorry. Which takes place on a dark and isolated road. It starts out with nothing out of the ordinary, when, just as the car rounds a bend, an out-of-place figure wearing a suit with a briefcase and an umbrella comes into frame. And directly after, another identical man can be seen. The men would retreat into the long grass, where suddenly it's clear there are multiple men looking identical to each other. They seem to have been startled by the vehicle, as if they had been caught, when suddenly, further down the road, yet another figure can be seen, this one holding a flare. It's still unclear what happened next, or what the driver truly witnessed that night, though many believe the driver had drove right in the middle of a cult taking part in a ritual of some sort.